Good morning. Let the truck warm up. I already did my pre-trip. Would have forgotten about that. Filled up my washer fluid. It's snowing out. I'm sure it's a good morning. Even though today is Saturday morning, because yesterday went so very, very wrong. So we need to talk about the load that I should have refused and I regretted. So the load right here, a load of plastic wrapped hay bales, did damage like that to my fender. Didn't break any glad hands or anything because of that happening. I should have known better right away. When I was strapping down the load, it's these plastic wrapped bales, and there's a layer of snow, like 5-6 inches of snow on top of the bales that we were shoveling off. But it's still slippery, right? It's still icy on there. And I have to close the hood yet. I'm trying to knock more of that snow off, but whatever. So yeah, well, let's talk about that once I get rolling here. We'll close the hood and hammer down. Get home. Brr, it's -6, but it's the warmest. It's one of the warmest days we've had this week. I'm gonna head home and never take one of those loads again. Ever. Ever, ever. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of fun. I got a $288 ticket for good reason. Obviously, when your day goes bad like that, there are legal ramifications for it. I mean, I don't think I did anything wrong. I don't think I could have done anything different. But it is what it is. Close the hood here. Grab some gloves. Alrighty. Back out of here. Trailers are not 100% straight. I nosed in last night. So yeah, remember yesterday I wasn't sure if we'd have another load after delivering at the airport? The answer was yes. Yes, I did. Drove up to Enderby and grabbed a load of hay bales. And deliver same day and come back home Friday night. Well, that didn't happen. So I loaded in Enderby, and it took forever for me to strap the thing down, and they were heavy bales. They were 1,840 pounds each. At least that, I averaged it out on my, oh, I can't turn that way. Until I don't come to this truck stop often.
Turn right at the traffic light, then take the first right.
Let's go back through the truck stop.
Turn left on Highway 3, then take the first left.
So when I was strapping down the bale, well, first off, I'm just like, well, we're gonna have to remove all that snow off the bale. So grabbed out my shovel and shoveled all the snow off the top of the bales. Like I said, 5 to 6 inches of snow on top. And I've hauled these bales quite a bit in the summer, but never in the winter before. And when I was throwing straps, they kept sliding off the side. It's a round surface. You need to get that strap to bite into, you know, how to kind of sink into the bale to keep it there, right? In the summer, it'll just bite and grab and no problem. But I had to get the angles just right to get the strap to bite, because I would tighten it down and all of a sudden, slip, there goes the strap. It would slip off the bale. So I had to throw straps repeatedly a couple times there to get it to bite the bales just right. So I did one strap each in the center, and then I did an X on the front. The 2 straps in an X on the front 2 and the front 4, on the rear 4, and then on the front 4 and the rear 4. So that way the back ones and the front ones would be held in double A. Legally, you don't need any on the back. On the back, we only need 1 strap. But I wanted 4. But apparently that wasn't enough. I got to Vernon, I pulled over and, oh yeah. So when we were loading the bales, I'm like, my trailer's not aired up. Let's put some methyl hydrate in the trailer. Let's go there first. Let's tell this other story first, because it happened in the middle. So my trailer wasn't airing up. It's like, okay. I mean, it had, the airbags had about 50 PSI, 55 PSI, but the ride height wasn't normal ride height. The ride height was way down low. Just a hair higher than sitting empty. I'm like, what's going on here? So I put a bunch of methyl hydrate in there and drained the air and filled the air. Drained the air, filled the air. And I was getting methyl hydrate out of the dump valve. And I'm like, okay, obviously it's not blocked anywhere. So called the boss. I'm like, I need a shop. Stopped in Vernon. The leveling valve had gone on us. So I spent 2 hours in Vernon getting that fixed. And then it's like, well, it's gonna be really late when we get to the farmer's place. Maybe we should just deliver on Monday instead. And the farmer goes, no, I absolutely have to have that hay today. My horses ran out of food yesterday. Why would you, as a farmer, order hay that late? Why would you do that? The boss goes, okay, I know you'd normally get home Friday. I'll give you a $200 bonus. A one-time $200 bonus if you go deliver this and work on Saturday. I'm like, yeah, okay, let's go do that. No problem. I've got Monday off anyway. It's Monday morning off. Take it easy going into these corners with this little skiff of snow on the road. It looks pretty slippery. I don't know if it is or not, but it looks slippery. But yeah, got the leveling valve fixed and headed out. I mean, I did a load secure there, checked all my straps. Everything is tight. Like, because I was worried about how slippery the straps were, I tightened those straps as tight, like by body weight. I was hanging off of that bar. I'm 250 pounds, something like that. 240, 250 pounds. I was hanging off of that bar, tightening them down. Because they were really, really heavy, hard, compact bales. They were really compressed. So the straps never loosened up. I checked the straps in Vernon. I pulled over in Kelowna at the Chevron, went and checked the straps again, drove a few blocks, and poof, there goes a bale. In the city of Kelowna, I lost the bale. My phone's telling me to wake up. Popped right off the trailer and landed on the sidewalk, and hallelujah, there was nobody nearby to get hit by it. Like 1,840 pound bale would take out a whole minivan or a whole bunch of kids on the sidewalk. It'd be bad. It's like, oh, that sucks. So I pulled over, and the other bale had, two bales had slid off. One was sitting in the center between the pup and the trailer. The photo you guys saw there earlier. So called the boss, called the tow trucks. 3 cops came blazing up the road, chasing me down. Came in super, super high tension, super escalated. Do you own this truck? I'm like, no, I do not, but I was driving this truck. Do you know? I'm like, yes, I know. Well, we have reports that you ran a red light at a high speed, and that's why the bale fell off. I'm like, well, none of that happened. Let's just calm down. I've got it all. I've got video, all of it. Pulled out the dash cam. I'm like, how about we just start with, I already have my drivers. It's like, here's my drivers. Start with that. I will go get my laptop and the memory card for the dash cam while you look into my history to see that I am squeaky clean. I can show you the video. And he's going on, if that bale had hit someone, you'd be going to jail right now. I'm like, dude, I know what happened. I know how bad this is. You don't need to. It's like, calm the heck down. I know this is bad. I don't need anyone to teach me that this is bad. And they were so high tension, as if I was the worst truck driver out there. It's like, dudes, relax. So I went to the truck, got the laptop, showed him the video, and my truck is just slowly driving around the corner, and the light turns yellow as I'm halfway through the corner of the red light. And he goes, oh yeah, you were driving slow. He goes, you weren't driving fast at all. And after that, they calmed down. If I didn't have that video evidence, I would have been screwed. They would have thrown the book at me. Having said that, they still ticketed me for insecure load for $288. But going back to, what would I have done different? How would I fix that to make sure it doesn't happen again? I don't know. The only thing I can do is refuse that load, and I will. I will never take a load of hay, plastic wrapped, if there's a hint of ice or snow on it, ever again. Because that plastic is too slippery with ice on it. My only guess is that I tightened it too tight. Just take your pointer finger, take your thumb, and make a square. Now grab 4 ice cubes and pretend your fingers and your thumbs are the strap. Put 4 ice cubes inside of that strap and then squeeze those ice cubes as hard as you can. What happens to those ice cubes? They kind of pop out, right? The only thing I can think of is I strapped it too tight. And when I hit some of those bumps, it popped out. Maybe one of the bales kind of rotated in the bump and rotated out of the strap, and poof, one of the straps gave way, and that was probably enough for the other strap to give way. They were all still tight, like the straps didn't break. The bale rotated out of the strap. So they're like, you're gonna have to make sure these bales are all secure. I'm like, they are. Go check all my straps. They're all tight. Like, there's nothing I could do different. Well, you're gonna have to do something different because again, I'm like, there is nothing I could do different. I'm like, I have no idea what I would do different. Well, you'll have to figure it out. Guess what? I drove the rest of the way just the same way. Pulled over every 20 minutes and checked my straps, and guess what? They were tight every single time. Every single time. I was only 2.5 hours away, but I pulled over every 20 to 30 minutes and checked my straps, and they were tight every single time. But after I showed them the video, then they were no longer about how I have to secure the load anymore. They're like, you know what, don't worry, but it was just an accident. I have to give you a ticket because in the city, the bale popped off, you're gonna get a ticket. Like, understandable, and honestly, a $288 ticket is much better than hitting a kid on the sidewalk. So I'll take the ticket. Can't really afford the ticket, but I'll take the ticket. I'll take a look when the deadline is to pay the ticket and wait till near the deadline. They wait over a year before you have to go to court to dispute something, so they can wait for their money as long as possible too. Till then, it'll make interest in my bank account. So that's my story. I guess how did we fix the bale in between the 2 trailers? Well, Mario's towing with a rotator, tow truck crane. A rotator is like a tow truck with a little crane on it, right? Came in there, strapped the bale up and just lifted up and dropped it off on the ditch. Got me out of there, and then they went and got their flatbed and loaded the bales onto the rotator. And that's $400 an hour. So the boss has a bill of about $1,500, or maybe $1,600, $2,000. So my $288 ticket is nothing compared to that bill, so that sucks. You got to get the rotator, because what else are you gonna do? You can't push a $1,840 pound bale off the trailer. or talked to the boss. And I said, I'm never doing one of those loads in the winter ever again. Not wrap bales. If they're naked bales with all the straw sticking out so that they have grip on each other, I'm fine with those, but I'm never taking wrap bales again. And in fact, any kind of load that's slippery like that, I don't care what it is, if it's peat moss or bales or whatever, I'm not ever taking those loads again in the winter if there's any kind of hint of snow or ice. Even if there's no snow and ice, if they're slippery and I can't get a strap on them, I'm just refusing the load. And so should you guys. Just refuse the load and go, nope. I've seen videos of what happens if you pick up a slippery load where the strap doesn't want to stay on. Refusing it. I'm just thinking, I'm still thinking about what I could have done different. I wonder if I had to put chains on it, how would that work? Would chains dig deeper into it? I don't know if you could tighten chains on bales though, because you have bales give way, so you have to really tighten it up, right? I guess instead of doing an X, what if I did one strap as a belly strap and then one over top? I really would like an X over the back, but would it be more stable if I did one on the belly and then one on top? If you guys have ever hauled those slippery bales, give me some advice. If you haven't hauled the slippery bales, don't give me advice, because if you don't know, you don't know. And always have a webcam rolling. Always. Because it sure saved me a lot of grief. The cops sure calmed down after I showed the video. After I showed the video, the two other cop cars drove away, and only one cop car stayed. I'm like, it's the cops' jobs to de-escalate. I see why people hate cops. When they come in that heated, you gotta be super careful what you say. And it's like, whoa. If you say something wrong, it's only going to make them more heated, right? You've got to de-escalate the cops. It's the cops' jobs to de-escalate, but they're on this adrenaline rush. And they've heard reports. Some semi-truck lost a bale and just took off. I mean, it took them 20 minutes before they got there. If I had taken off, I would have been in Beaverdale by then. Well, maybe not, maybe Big White, but they would have needed 3 cop cars to chase me down. I wonder if they had another cop car coming from the other direction. They thought they were coming after some crazy criminal truck driver. It was almost comical. I was a crazy criminal truck driver until I showed the video, and all of a sudden it was, oh, you know what? Accidents happen, not a big deal. It was just such a switch. It was just click. man, you guys all need dash cams. Like, in any car, any vehicle, you need dash cams, guys. Proof that I did not run a red light, the fact that the light turned yellow as I was in the intersection. Run dash cams. And that's all I got. That's all I got. So this favor of a run to do on a Friday evening cost me a lot more money than it made me. It cost the company way more money than it made them. And now I and the company have a ticket on our record, which makes getting insurance for the company harder. And it makes all my future interactions with the cops a little less pleasant because I have one ticket on record. Instead of completely squeaky clean, I've got one ticket on record now. Well, that was Oliver. We started in a Soyuz, so we almost made it home yesterday. I probably would have made it home yesterday if I hadn't had the bail incident. I guess moral of the story is when something just feels off, it's like, I don't feel very comfortable with this load. I don't like the way the straps are acting. Just deny it. Just go, sorry, I'm just not going to take this. I don't feel safe. Because at the end of the day, why did I get? Always the truck driver's fault. The way the laws are written, no matter what happens, the dude holding the steering wheel takes all the legal responsibility. It is very rare that trucking companies take the fall, or a chipper or a receiver never takes the fall. It is always the truck driver's fault. That is the way the laws are written. Even if the boss is really, really pressuring you. I know early days Sutco, really early days Sutco, when you first start the job, you don't know how to say no, right? I know I ran way too hard there. It's like, we need this load over there at this time. Absolutely no questions asked. Has to be there. So I would run way too hard instead of going, no, it's just not going to happen. Now I just go, nope, it'll be tomorrow. The roads are too slippery, or I'm tired. So at the very beginning, I drove tired. Load has to be there. 2 hours out, it has to be there. Just suck it up. No, I'm tired. Pull over and sleep. that load paid an extra $300 if it got there yesterday instead of today. So it cost us $300. Tough luck. It's always the truck driver's fault, right? I mean, like, my boss now has got to be one of the most chill dudes in the world. He'll put pressure on you, but if you push back and go, no, I just can't do it, he always goes, this is up to you, right? This is your decision. I have felt pressure at Trapline to get stuff done, but only when I feel comfortable doing it. And as far as these hay bales, I've done these hay bales so many times in the past, never in the winter. Even though I didn't like, the straps didn't make me comfortable, it didn't occur to me that the straps being so slippery that the bales would rotate out. I've never had problems with them before. So I felt, once I had it strapped down, once I had everything snugged in and the straps all bit, I felt perfectly comfortable. The last thing on my mind was losing a bale. I was doing my load secures. I was like there was no pressure there. I thought I was the most comfortable. I was just chill, riding along. In fact, the first car coming beside me, waving like crazy, I thought they were being friendly, and they're like, you just lost the bale. Look in the mirror. Oh, I lost the bale. You don't feel losing a bale. You don't, there's no, if it hadn't been for someone waving, I probably would have kept driving. So yeah, that's the one thing awesome about Trapline is like zero pressure when it comes to driving tired or driving in snow. In fact, I get phone calls from the boss every now and then. Hey, why are you driving? The roads are really bad out. Can you just pull over and call it a night? I'm like, well, I'm driving slow and feel quite comfortable. It's like, just make sure you drive really carefully because it's a snowstorm out there. Like, once the roads get slippery enough, I'll pull over and stop. So it's literally the opposite of pressuring us. I love my boss. I run hard for him, and he backs me up. When I say yes or no, I mean yes or no. Just talking about buying a couple more trucks, so if you guys want to work for Trapline, I know this is not a video sponsored by Trapline, but my Monday videos are sponsored by Trapline. But go check out their website and send in an application or give them a phone call. And that would be talking to the owners instead of directly to my boss. If you want to talk to my boss instead, because the boss handles a lot of that too, send me a message on Facebook and I'll get you his personal email. I mean, not his personal email, but his personal work email. I'm not going to dox him that way. I think we'll drive through OK Falls here, town of OK Falls, and call it a day. But it looks like didn't get snow here. Instead, they got ice rain. That is black ice. The tracks are, there's enough hot tires warming up the tracks. So the tracks are dryish, but if you get out of the track, that's black ice. It's minus 6.5. There's still potential of a bad day out here. I finished my bad day yesterday. Had the trailer break and then had the load break. Just thinking, it's like, I wonder if the cops made them even worse because I was smiling and happy to see them. This jackwagon doesn't know what he does and doesn't feel sorry at all for what he did. No positive person. Oh, imagine me as a serial killer. A positive serial killer like that. Oh, that'd be creepy, man. The positive attitude, you gotta be careful how far that goes, I guess. So yeah, I just killed a dude, but the positive things about it, I could see how it would look like I'm not remorseful. Like the whole thing yesterday didn't get on my nerves at all. I had no shakes, no adrenaline rush. Nothing. It was just another day that, oh, something bad happened. That this one just had a higher price tag to it. Nope. Not quite down to 50. Let's get all the way down to 50. I don't know, I've always been of the attitude, maybe it's because growing up, everything went so wrong as a kid, with my dad being a criminal and growing up in a cult. Everything went so wrong as a kid. All this crap's out of my hands anyway. I'm gonna do the best I can. Maybe that's where the positive attitude comes from.
Turn left on 9th Avenue. Continue on 9th Avenue.
You know what, let's turn our lockers on. I'm empty, and the road looks pretty slippery. Probably don't need them, but we'll turn them on anyway. Don't need a little patch of ice to surprise me. Crossing the Okanagan River. All right, I'm gonna climb this hill. I'll keep recording just in case I spin out. I don't think I will. I've spun out on this hill before though. Yeah, full throttle there. Didn't lose traction at all, so we got grip. We got grip. I'm gonna leave them on anyway. So yeah, thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for letting me tell my stories. Hopefully the thumbnail wasn't too clickbaity because the bales are long gone. Unloaded. And normally we do 52 of those bales. I had to do 50 bales because they were just too heavy to stay under legal weight. I can't take 2 bales off. And then when the other 2 bales dropped, then I was for sure underweight. See? Positive in the bad. Right over here I've spun out before. Looks like we're all good. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate all the people that have hit the join button. I guess instead of paying off for the camera and the laptop, you guys are paying my ticket. I wonder if I still get the $200 bonus the boss said he was going to give me for this load. Maybe he'll yank that $200 bonus because we lost so much money on that. If he does, so be it. I could see why. I get it. Oh, by the way, everybody say hi to the boss. He watches these videos all the time and reads your comments all the time. I mean, like, what boss wouldn't? If there's one of your drivers putting content on YouTube, you got to make sure the guy's not throwing the company under the bus. I don't think I'm getting special treatment because I do YouTube videos from the boss, because the boss always treats me really well, but I don't ever feel like it's because I do YouTube videos. Yeah, I feel the boss is being genuine when he's being nice to me, because he's nice to all the other drivers too. Yeah, I just thought of that now. It's like, what if? But no, I don't. Oh yeah, I was gonna say goodbye. Yeah, okay, here we go. You guys rock.